Hi guys, it's Becky, and today I want to make some super quick and super simple, like a statement necklace and some earrings to go with it using some of the beads that came in the December Potomac bead box. And so I'm just going to grab out all of these white cloud kind of check glass rondelles because we're going to be using those. We're going to be using these pearl petal beads. We're going to be using some check glass beads. We'll grab a couple of these because these are the twist beads that have like multiple colors because they are fantastic like that. And I think I just want 4 of those, not all of them. I grabbed the 11s because they're going to make great spacers for our necklace. But I also wanted to grab some of these red beads and some of these green beads that came in the check glass mix. And I had kind of sorted them into colors before, but we'll just grab these out of here. And I'm just scooping with my little bead scooper to get these guys out so we can load up a necklace with some red and green beads with all of these. And these were some beads that also came in that check mix. They're these like kind of flat dagger beads. So we're going to grab some of those as well. And I'm going to be using a couple things of 22 gauge wire for the earrings. I'm going to go ahead and use these earring hooks, these lever back earring hooks that came in the box with the little shell on them. So we're going to use those. I'm going to be making this with the earrings. And then for the necklace, I'm going to use the Potomac's beading cable that came in the box, some 2x2 crimp tubes, and I'm going to go ahead and use this while I'm making it because it's a very useful tool to have. For tools, I'm just going to use my round nose pliers instead of my 6-step bail making pliers, but I am going to use my flesh cutters, and we'll use the magical crimpers for crimping our 2x2 crimp tubes. This is just going to be a real quick tutorial because I got family to go be with, and we're going to just have a good time doing Christmassy things together. But let me separate out. I think I want these like English cut, fancy cut guys more than the others. Although if I need to, I can throw the others in there somehow, some way. All right, so those will be for the thing, and then these like green tiger eye kind of ones as well. Let's get both of these greens in here. I'm just going to move these back into my box, get that out of the way. And I'm going to move these beads out of the way. I had someone mention that having too much of the beads in the field of view, it makes it so that my camera's autofocus gets confused. And the constant like focus and unfocusing made her feel a little bit ill, and so I want to avoid that. So we're going to move most of these beads out of the field of vision. I'm just going to give you a little second to pause and see which beads I pulled out, and I'm going to move these up and out of the way so we're not looking at those anymore. All right. Most part, actually, let's go ahead and leave a couple of those here. All right, so for the center, and I'm going to work on the center first for my statement. And then once I've got the center done, I'll work on my patterning for the side. So this is all going to be one shot. We're not going to stop and come back after I do that. Just because it's going to be a real quick and easy necklace for us to do. And I'm just checking my length. That is about where I want it to stop at. So let's cut this off there. I can move that aside because I'm not going to need that yet. And then right here in the middle, I've cut off my length of beading wire. Right here in the middle, I'm going to have these 3 petals as my main focal. And then I want, in between these petals, to have these other like wide dagger slash petal ones here on either side. So there's about 4 of those. And it should just all hang down with that. And between these, let's get these green tiger eye guys. This is going to be the center part, and then we're just going to red, green, and white along the sides. All right. So that is all of these. I don't have enough to bookend these, but that is okay, because this is going to be the start of my necklace. So let me get these strung on in order, and then we will put our bead stopper on and start stringing up the side. I love these like pearl petal beads. They are just beautiful. All right, and these daggers don't really have a front side and back side, but the pearl petals do. So when I'm putting these through, I want to make sure that I am putting it through in the same direction for each one. Like this is the pointier side. So I'm going to go through like that. And then I'm going to see how this hangs, because if I don't like the way it hangs, then I might change my design. Always, always reserve the right to change your design if you don't like it. That is a basic rule of joy making. Just because you had an idea doesn't mean that you need to follow through on it if it isn't working, right? Ooh. You know, I almost like this just as it is without any extra beads along the outsides, you know. All right, I am, with this hand, I'm matching up my ends so that I am finding the center where these are. And that is going to hang very nicely on a neck. This isn't going to be a long necklace. Again, it's a statement-y thing. You can put it on with a little black dress, wear it to a Christmas party if you want. Especially if you've got last-minute Christmas parties and you're like, I don't know what to wear. You could just pop this together and have something fun. All right, so I am going to use these twist beads right here at the front too. And I'm saving these 2 for the earrings. So they're going to be part of the earrings. Oh, I'm also going to be using these little daggers in the earrings too. And before I start putting them up the side, I'm going to grab 2 of these little guys and 2 of these so that they are set aside for earrings when I'm done. So I'm not using them in my design. So I'm going to pop that guy here on the edge, and that's my little transition between my focal area and the beading up the side. And since I'm doing this together, I'm just going to pop this guy over here so I don't forget to do this later. All right. All right, now, since whatever I do on one side, I want to do on the other, I'm just going to divide up my green beads. Got an extra. Okay, so I've got 6 of these on each side. I'm going to divide up my red beads. And I've got a lot more of these red beads than I do the green ones. So the green ones are just going to be my little pops of color, but I also have some of these white beads as well. So let's divide them up evenly. All right, so I've got some extras there. Divide these up. can grab more if I need them. These red beads, and then I've got my 11-Os for spacers. Ugh. That one was, it took a little bit of effort to open, so let's get, where's my bead scoop? Just gonna scooch these all into a pile together. But yeah, these red 11-Os should add very nicely to this entire thing. All right, I'm gonna do 3 11-Os. One of these red beads. 3 11-Os. A white bead. 3 11-Os, and I'm just going to be spacing them with 3 11-Os between each of these as they go up the side. Red, white, and green. So the next one that I'll do is 3 11-Os and then a red bead. And I'll just keep going until it is the length that I want of that side. There you go. Look how festive that is. Yeah, I think I'm going to have definitely enough beads for this. Makes me real happy. I hope y'all are having a great time getting ready for the holiday if you celebrate it. Seeing family. And probably it might be that you won't even see this until after the holiday is over because it is such a busy time of year. You might not have time to sit down and relax with some YouTube and your beads. I hope you're able to steal away a little bit of time for yourself during this hectic season because it's important to make time for yourself. It's important to do things that bring you joy while you're busy bringing other people joy. Because you matter. You're important. Really, really matters. And yeah, I got family here, so I'm just taking a few minutes while they visit with each other to make something festive, to share some time with you guys. And then I'll get back to familying when I am done with this. I think this might be just about perfect. I don't know if there's going to be room for me to add. Let me just check my length on this. You know what? I'm just going to pull this off and I'm going to end it with some of these seed beads because it might might not have enough room for the crimping and closure, which, you know what? I didn't even think about a closure. Let me pull out a lobster clasp and a jump ring real quick, because I'm gonna need that. Okay, here we go. Silver to go with the earring findings, so we can all be matchy-matchy. There we go. I didn't think about a closure, so we're going to be using those when we do our crimping. But I'm using this right here on the end so that I can have that while I go up the other side. See how festive that is? It's like wearing a garland around your neck. And I know, a lot of times, like, you don't want to really wear Christmassy things like outside of the Christmassy season, or things that are like too Christmassy. You're like, I'll only wear that once a year. But you know what? Sometimes it's nice to wear stuff once a year to kind of get in the mood of the holiday and spread a little joy that way. So I don't think that you should worry about having jewelry that you only wear once a year, personally, because it just makes it really fun, especially if you're like a teacher or something. You can wear something seasonal, like to class or something while you're teaching your kids. Because I always had like a few teachers who would do that. They would have earrings that would be seasonal, or I had a science teacher who would wear earrings that would go with whatever we were learning. And it was really great. You know, like, not everybody noticed it. I noticed it, but not everybody else did. And you know what I did? I missed this part right here. So I'm just gonna, this is what happens when I get talking. I miss things. Do you guys do that? You're like busy with your brain thinking other things, so you skip over a bit. It's 1, 2, 3, and then the white, and then 1, 2, 3, and then a green, and then 1, 2, 3, and a red. All right, this will work. I'm not mad about that. You know what? You could change it up. You don't have to do it in the same order. You could do random colors. I like having it be in order. That's something that my brain likes looking at. Sometimes I really enjoy random patterns, though. Sometimes that makes it a little bit of fun. Bum, 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 bum. So I actually was talking with my mom, and she was talking about how she usually wears stud earrings, but she wants to start wearing ear wire earrings because they're a little bit easier for her to wear, because they don't poke the back of her, or the side of her neck when she's wearing them. And since I have more earrings than I will ever wear in a year, we are going to sort through my little stash of all the earrings that I've been making on videos, and, you know, to relax, because I make earrings to relax. It's something I do. I really enjoy making earrings. But we're going to sort through my stash, and she's going to pick out all of her favorites to take home with her. which is great because, you know, I don't sell my jewelry, so I am sort of running out of room to store the things that I've made. So she's going to take it with her when she goes home. She's going to have some ear wire earrings. And because I make my ear wires with copper wire that has silver plating on it, not plating, whatever that finish is, it is actual silver. It won't irritate her ears to wear them either. She's saying some of the stud earrings that she's had for a long time, when she wears them, it irritates her ears, and that's why she doesn't wear them. But she wants to be able to wear them more. And, you know, sometimes just putting on a pair of earrings just makes you feel special. Even if all you're doing that day is hanging out at home, having something fancy dangling out of your ears is just a really great way to add a little sparkle and a little special to your day. All right, is that all of them? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is all right, and that is gonna be long enough because I definitely need a little bit of wire to be able to bend back while I attach my guys. So I'm going to, since this is going to be the front, I'm going to attach my lobster clasp to this end because it'll be my right side end. And I like having it on the right side so that it doesn't, so that I can use my, hold on, okay, just making sure it works before I attach it to my jewelry. All right, so I put on my crimp tube, slid on my clasp, and I'm going to put the end of this wire back through there. And I don't know if this wire is going to fit through yeah, it does. It fits through the seed beads. So let's go through the seed beads and this white check glass bead. Okay, now I'm going to grasp the end just with this, just to pull it. So I've got this handy. All right, now I'm going to just use my fingernail here just to make a little space between my crimp tube and the seed bead so that when I'm crimping, it doesn't crush the seed bead, because that is going to be the last thing I want. And now I'm going to place it right there in my little concave spot, give it a crimp, turn it to a different angle, crimp, turn it. This is where it goes from a ravioli to a meatball. And there we go. I've got my nice round crimp on that end. Again, that's one of the things that makes this such a quick and easy project. The fact that we can crimp it without having to fiddle with things too much. All right, I'm going to just curve this around while I'm crimping the other side so that I make sure we have some drape and movement in the necklace. Let me grab this crimp tube, and this is just a 4mm jump ring, and it is closed all the way. Make sure that it's completely closed. Okay, so I'm going to put the crimp tube on first, and then the jump ring. And we're going to bend this back. So that we're going through the crimp tube, a few of these 11-ohs, and that white check glass rondelle. I want to go through all of them because, you know, I don't like to cut my beading wire right next to the crimp. I will if I need to. we go. There we go. Now, again, I'm going to use my fingernail just to make a little space between the crimp tube and that last seed bead. So you can see the little space there, so that I don't crush my seed bead with my crimper. Gonna turn it over and hit it from a different angle. There we go. And now our last minute Christmas party necklace is done. Let's make some earrings. And for this, I'll just make the one earring on camera and I'll make the second one off. But that is super festive like that. So let's get some of these beads out like this. And where is my 22 gauge craft wire? I'm just warming it with my fingers and kind of straightening it out. You can straighten it by like using your thumb to bend and then bending the opposite way. It really helps straighten it out a little bit and also warm it up. All right, so I'm going to wrap my little dagger sort of the same way we do with like briolets, that sort of thing. And so I'm going to actually grab my chain nose pliers here, and I'm going to bend this. It's a little bit more than a right angle. It actually goes up that way a little bit, but that way I can slide this guy on over here. And I'm just going to use my thumb and push this up and around. And I'm going to push this one down this way. And right there where it crosses, I'm going to bend this. So it's kind of at a right angle to all of that. I'm going to bend this one up so that it's coming straight out the top. And I'm going to hold here right where it crosses with my pliers so this doesn't move. I'm going to do a couple wraps right here above this, so it makes kind of a triangle above the dagger. All right, there we go. All right, so now that I've got that on there, I'm going to pop one of these green guys on, and I think I'm going to leave out my, no, you know what, let's just stick one of my 11-0s in there just for a little pop of red. Then the white rondelle right above it. Another one of these guys. And this check glass bead. Now I'm going to make myself a little wire wrapped loop up here at the top so that I can attach it to the ear wire. Now this ear wire, let's focus, guys, let's focus. See how it's got a little opening right there? So I can open and close it like a jump ring. So I don't need to attach this first. I could if I want to, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to bend over the top of my chain nose pliers. I'm going to grab my round nose pliers, and about the middle of my round nose pliers right there, I'm going to pull this around all the way to make myself a little loop. Sorry about that. Hold my loop and just wrap this until it is done. And then we'll have a little dangly earring set to go with our party necklace. We ready to go be festive. We can deck ourselves before we deck our halls, right? All right, so let's get this open. And like I said, it's got this little opening so it can swing open like a jump ring. So I'm just going to turn it like that to open it. Let's choose my front side. There we go. And then use my pliers to swing that back closed. And now I have some party earrings to go with my party necklace, and I'll make the second pair after I turn off the camera. There we go. So Merry Christmas, y'all. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday time. Bye.